So today what I'm doing is retying all of my J plugs, really all of my plugs, to where I have one hook instead of the traditional J plug harness. So it hangs right on the back just like that. So I want it just at or a little bit past the back of the plug. So it took a little bit of practice to get the size length of this lead. So basically what I have is I have the bead chain that comes with the J plug. Now I don't tie direct, I put a swivel on the front. So you can kind of see there's a swivel on the front to the bead chain. Okay, then I have a larger bead, a smaller bead, I have a crimp, 50-pound Power Pro to the swivel. So it looks longer right here, but when you cinch it up and pull this, as it would sit on the, if it was being trolled, you'll see it, the hook just comes just to the tip there, and that's what I'm looking for. So basically what I've done is I've disassembled all the J plugs, right? So I just have the bead chain with the split ring on the front. So I'm going to feed that through, and I've already done a few of these, so I know what length to tie the leader. So I have a bunch of these little leaders tied. Actually, I'll trim the tag end here. All right, so basically, once you get this length, you can tie a whole bunch of them. And I got probably, I don't know, 10 or 11 left to do. So all this is a surgeon knot here. So I'll do one here real quick. So I'm gonna take it and double it up. And then we're gonna get it to our length. Go through once, through twice. And as I pull and it gets closer, I'm going to take one that I've already have and kind of slide that knot up and down until it gets to the length. There it is. Pull it tight. And then what I've been doing is opening it up, pulling it tight there. That knot's not going to go anywhere. So we'll trim the tag in. And there's our finished 50-pound Power Pro loop, ready to put on the plug. So I'm going to take one here. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a smaller bead on this. So you can kind of match the beads with color. So this is kind of a fire tiger. So I'm going to go with almost like a translucent red bead. Let me get it on there first. And some glasses. All right, so the bead will stop at the knot. And then I'm gonna get I got black, but I don't think it matters what color that we use. Crimp sleeve. I'm going to feed that on there. So basically what I have is the bead and a sleeve. And I'd get the sleeve just big enough to where it fits over the Power Pro, but it can't be too small because you don't want the bead hole to go over the top of it. That's what's going to stop the whole assembly from going through the J plug hole. So I'm going to grab a J plug hook that I took off my harnesses. And if you look, there's two sides. There's the flat side, and there's the spot that's welded on this side. I've been putting it through that way. And I'll show you in a second. So just put the whole thing through there, and then just like when you take apart the J plugs, it's the same process of putting it back together. So we're gonna feed the hook through the loop, right? And then just cinch it up. And then I make sure that it's all the way to the top, like that. And And then you can see the knot's gonna come through on the welded side. So I don't know if that'll make it any straighter, but that's what I was looking for. All right. So now we have small red bead, crimp, and then I'm going to take a large clear bead, and I have the larger bead so it doesn't go through the J plug, and I'll show you when it's done what it looks like. So that'll actually go over the knot, that hole will go over the knot, and I'll show you why I picked that in the first place. So we have large bead, medium bead, and the crimp. So then I'm going to take the J plug, and I'm going to do the same knot that I did on the hook. So through the bead chain, right? So it's just through there, and then I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna feed the beads, the hook, the whole thing through the loop and cinch it up. So now it's sliding up and down, and now what I need to do is, take the clear bead, slide it over the top of my knot, pack this up, not super tight, but snug, and then I'm gonna take some crimpers, and these are, I don't know who makes these crimpers, but I love them. What do they say on them? I don't know. I'll have to find out. They have the little grooves in them. I don't know if you can see that. They have the little grooves in them that don't just crimp it. It kind of puts little grooves in the sleeve to help it stick to the line. And what I'm doing when I crimp this, so here I'm gonna slide the clear bead over the knot. So the clear bead over the knot, and then I'm gonna take my crimpers. And I don't want to crimp both sides. I want to keep the, I'll show you in a sec, I'm going to crimp it. If you can see this crimp, I crimped the side that goes towards the hook. The side that goes towards the bead, I just left about maybe, I don't know, a couple of millimeters so that bead can't, no matter what, slide through there. So let's see how we did on the length. So that hook comes right to the back end there. That's what we were looking for. All right, I'm gonna do one more. And this time we'll do the silver bullet or whatever, chrome with the orange or red head. So we'll get a bead chain with a split ring on it. Get that ready to go. We already got a pre-tied 50 pound Power Pro with the surgeon knot on it. So that one's got, you can go with a chrome bead or red bead. I'm gonna go with that same red color bead. Crimp sleeve. The hook. That's a small one. So we got the hook, the crimp sleeve, and the small bead or medium-sized bead. And then we'll take the clear bead with the larger hole, slide it over the surgeon knot on the 50 pound Power Pro. Right, and sliding back and forth. I'll take the J plug, slide the Power Pro surgeon knot through the bead chain on the plug. put the whole assembly through the loop. Pull it tight. So now we have everything sliding back and forth. We'll take the clear bead, slide it over my Surgeon that on the Power Pro. Everything's good. And then I will take the crimpers, crimp up to, but not on the bead side of the crimp sleeve. Check my length. And I will take that. All right, so I've always used the traditional jig plug harnesses, right? So here's one right here with the harness already on it. Very rarely do I hook anything on this front hook. Really, it just gets stuck in the net, and I actually lose fish sometimes, you know. And if you look actually on this one, the stock hooks that come, the hook is right to the back. I wanted to make it a little bit longer. That's why I'm doing this, just with a single hook, just a little bit longer. Right? So I'll eventually do these larger J plugs as well, but right now I'm working